Hey folks, how you all doing? So yesterday was my birthday. Got my gifts from Lynne, and obviously had a bit of a busy day yesterday. So I'm going to show you the music related gifts that I got from Lynne yesterday, and I got a little bit of cash from my parents, so I'll go and buy a couple of records from that, which I'll pick up at some point, or compact discs. So I'll quickly go, well, I won't quickly go through, I'll show you what I got, I'll show you the vinyl, the actual coloured vinyls, and etc, etc. I did do a video 2 or 3 days ago where Lynne actually gave me 3 of my gifts early. I'll show you those, but I'm not going to go into it. You can go back and look at those videos. She gave me this one by H3000. The album's actually a self-titled album. It's by Luke Steele, who is an Australian singer-songwriter. He's with 2 very, very good bands, Sleepy Jackson and Empire of the Sun. This is sort of an electronic album. So go and watch the video for that one, which also includes the video for this album here, Tao and the Get Down Stay Down, a alt rock band from Virginia based in San Francisco. And she also gave me this one pre-birthday, My Morning Jacket, Evil Urges, so go back and check those ones out. To add to that, I've got 2 albums that are not My Morning Jacket, and the remainder are My Morning Jacket / Jim James, their lead vocalist. So we'll go through those. So I got this one. I'm a big fan of English rockabilly singer Shakin' Stevens. Got a couple of his 1970s albums before he became big. Got all his albums from 1980s, and picked up this one for my birthday. This one's called Reset. It was released in 2023. It's his most recent album. All the songs on here are self-penned. There's none of the rockabilly, This Old House type stuff, or You Drive Me Crazy, Green Door, etc. These are more serious songs, and they were written sort of as a diary, a document to his family's history. Shakin' Stevens is Welsh. He comes from a family with a history of coal mining. So all these songs are based on family stories of people in the family from 100 years ago right up to modern people in his family, including his uncle, and they're just songs about that. So it documents life as a Welshman who is a coal miner, or Welshmen who are coal miners, and their families. Very, very good album. There's a couple of up-tempo songs on here, well, 3 or 4. They're not bad, they're just up-tempo songs. Nothing rockabilly about them. My favourites on it are the slower songs, but I'll get into that a bit later at some point. My favourite songs are actually a song called George and It All Comes Around. So if you wanted to Google those, Google them. If you want to Google the single with the video, that is all you need is Greed. But yeah, it's a welcome addition to the Shakin' Stevens collection that I have. Lynne also managed to get me this one. It's not an original, obviously, because they're worth their weight in gold, but it's by Sixto Rodriguez with his debut album Cold Fact, from around 1970, I believe, 69, 70. Singer-songwriter stuff, never really achieved much fame during his lifetime. He did sell tens of thousands of copies of this album here in Australia and South Africa, but nowhere else. So I think this is a replica of the original label. This one's obviously on black vinyl. If you like singer-songwriter stuff with social commentary, then you'll really, really like Rodriguez if you've never heard of him. He released 2 albums what does it, Come Into Reality, I think the second album was called, and of course this one, Cold Fact. There's a documentary about his life called Searching for Sugar Man. That's worth watching as well. But a lot of his lyrics are very much based sort of similar sort of style as Bob Dylan, except he has a smooth, soulful voice. So if you don't like Dylan because of the voice, you'd more than likely like Rodriguez. So if you've never heard of him, I urge you to go and buy both of his albums. This one is the best though, Cold Fact. I have them on compact disc. I just never had vinyl copies. Now we're on to the My Morning Jacket / Jim James albums. This is My Morning Jacket, a band I want to collect all of their vinyl of this year. That was one of the things I wanted to do. I've got 3 already, and Lynne's got 5 or 6 down here, I think. This is one, it's an EP. I would never have bought this off my own back. It's called Happy Holiday with its reflective foil cover. Originally this was released, I think, around 2010 with 6 of these 9 tracks, or 7 of these 9 tracks. It was an EP. It was reissued in 2023 for Record Store Day, with a bonus 2 or 3 extra tracks on it, and also they call it Snow and Icicle Vinyl. There you go, that's absolutely gorgeous in my opinion. I did listen to this one this morning. Very, very good album or EP. Some of these tracks are new or written by Jim James and the band. The others are like more traditional songs. Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, I'll Be Home for Christmas, Please Come Home for Christmas, etc. Great songs. It does have a country-esque vibe to this album, so yeah, well worth listening to. And yeah, as I said, I would never have purchased this album off my own back, but I'm glad I did. It's absolutely brilliant. Next up, Lynne managed to get me the 20th anniversary 3 LP edition of My Morning Jacket's debut album, Tennessee Fire. It's a new cover on that for the 20th anniversary. The original album cover was that. So you've basically got the album on 2 LPs, and there's a bonus disc of several unreleased tracks from that period, first versions, demo versions, alternate versions of different songs from the album as well. So there's that hype sticker there. I don't know if you can read that. And this does open up into a trifold. I'll do that first, like that. And then this one opens up like that. So obviously we have the 3 vinyl in here. This one is what they call, it's a limited edition of 500 of these on this swimming pool blue vinyl. I won't get all these out because they're exactly the same, but that's just swimming pool blue. There's also a lyric sheet in here somewhere. I'll find that one. Is there a lyric sheet? I don't know if there was or wasn't. No, but you've got 3 vinyls in here, all exactly the same colour, exactly the same, so I won't bother, as I said, taking them out. So glad to have that on vinyl. I've got all their albums on compact disc, just haven't ever thought of getting them on vinyl, but getting them all now. Lynne also managed to get me the 20th anniversary edition of their second album, At Dawn. Again, this is a triple vinyl album. It includes a bonus disc of tracks live from KVRX, obviously a small TV or radio station. Again, it opens up into the trifold. These might all be slightly different, so I'll get these ones out. This one is on what they call transparent orange with red and black swirls. There you go. They're all slightly different, obviously, because the swirls are individual on each record. So yeah, My Morning Jacket are one of those great alt rock bands. I actually had a friend of mine, I was asking him, I think it was around 2010, he lives in England, have you got any bands, artists who have sort of a Neil Young vibe about them? And he said, well, I just saw Neil Young in London with My Morning Jacket with a support act. He said, I think you'll love them. They do a lot of these lengthy guitar garage type jams on their albums. He said you might like them, so I went and bought, I don't know, a couple of their albums, including Okononos, I think it's called, which is a double CD live set from that period. And I absolutely loved them. Loved the mellow, wispy vocals, which is another thing similar to Neil Young. And yeah, just fell in love with the band. They come from Louisville, Kentucky. Great stuff. So yeah, just fell in love with them. Otherwise I probably never would have heard of them. Lynne actually got me this one as well, their third studio album, remixed and remastered. It still moves. I don't know if you can see that. So this is a double vinyl as well. I've mentioned before about My Morning Jacket albums. The finishes on them are sort of a matte finish, so you don't get them horrible greasy handprint oily marks left on the albums. And their records themselves are thick. They seem to be, the cover cardboard seems to be a lot thicker than a lot of other albums that I do have in my collection. So there we have there. This one is what they call Golden Smoke. Got a bit of a blacky swirly type thing, probably a bit similar to the last album I showed you. I tend to call this amber, actually, like an amber colour, but who am I to say? Actually, I might see what this looks like under. No, it doesn't really Oh, it sort of lights up slightly. Yeah. I'll show you this one as well. Might be slightly different. Again, like that. See, I haven't played these My Morning Jacket albums yet, because I know the albums inside out. There you are. If you can really see what's going on with that. Yeah, My Morning Jacket are one of those bands where I feel that coloured vinyl seems to suit them. Some artists, I'm going to do a video on this, some artists I think are better heard or seen on black vinyl, especially the classic rock artists, you know, because we grew up with the black vinyl. And then there's modern artists as well, like Nick Cave, I think, being the goth prince of goth, king of goth. I think black vinyl suits him better than coloured vinyl or white vinyl some of his albums are on. Whereas this band and some other modern artists, I think coloured vinyl suits them, if you know what I mean. There's nothing wrong with the black vinyl, I just think they suited more to their music lends more to colour than black. Lynne also picked me up this one. Is this their fourth album? Yeah, this is their fourth album. Z, or as our American friends say, Z. But seeing as we're in Australia, it's Z. If I was in America, it would be Z. Again, another double vinyl LP. There's no hype sticker with this one, but for some reason. But this one's sort of a opaque pearl colour with black, pink and blue splatter. Really nice. So we'll see if you can pick up some of that colour on there. It actually is pretty similar to the colours you've got on the album cover as well, so they do sort of match, because we have the pinky, bluey, black colours on the cover, which I'll show you once again to remind you. There you go, it's pink, black, blues, which is what you've got. And this one's different again. It's the same thing, it's just obviously different because they're all individual. Lynne also got me this one, which is the latest album called Is. This was released 2 months ago, maybe 3 months ago. Just a couple anyway. This is just a single album. It has this inside here. And it is a lyric sheet. Printed on pretty large print for us oldies that need glasses to read and look at things. There you are. It's a gorgeous picture, that one. I like that one. It's the band there. This one is actually on black vinyl. Do you see what I mean? You mentioned My Morning Jacket, and I think they look better on coloured vinyl. It's strange. It's a strange thing. I think it's all psychological, but yeah, it's just the way it is. See, I did stream this one when it came out. Really impressed. It's a very commercially radio friendly sounding album, probably their most commercial album since Circuital. So yeah, looking forward to giving that another spin because I'm not overly familiar with that. Lynne then managed to find me 3 of the 4 solo albums by lead singer Jim James: Regions of Light and Sound of God. This one's got almost a bit of a matte foil, reflective foil, but it's sort of a matte tone. I do like that actually, that's pretty cool. Love the reflections in that foil. Double album, this is the deluxe reissue. I mean, it can only be, I can't remember, I think it's about 10 years old and they've already got a deluxe reissue of it. I don't get it. So the first album is the album and the second disc is alternate versions, demos, etc. of some of the tracks. So this here, it's blank on both sides, and that's the handwritten lyric sheets. There we are. And this one is called Clear Vinyl with a Purple Splash. To me, a splash would end up like splatter, because when things splash, they splatter. I would say clear with a purple swirl, maybe? Purple blob. I don't know if you can see, it's definitely purple there. So there's a bit of a swirl thing happening with that. Slightly different hues. There's the purple. Purpley pinky sort of thing happening. Again, even his solo albums, Jim James solo albums, the cardboard is thick. It just seems so much thicker than a lot of artists. There you are, see, it's quite thick bloody cardboard, as you can see. Very sturdy. And this is the demo slash alternate versions. You know, probably not necessary to an album, but some of his demo versions I'm sure are pretty good, which I will listen to, because they tend to be more acoustic. I wasn't a mark I was looking at on there, it's just a couple of little air bubbles in the plastic by the look of it. There you are, see another swirly thing, isn't that cool? Hope it comes out the purple that it actually looks in real. So you can't really see it there, I don't think, can you? It's hard to know when you're recording something how it's gonna look sometimes, but that is pretty cool. Sorry guys, only a couple to go. Only a couple to go. It's been a long video, I know. But there has been quite a few. And then we have his latest, his 2 latest albums. One's called Uniform Clarity, which is almost an acoustic type album. The other one is Uniform Distortion. So Uniform Clarity, Uniform Distortion. As I said, the Clarity one is more acoustic, straightforward stuff. This one is full of drenched guitars with feedback, etc. So that's the distortion side of it. Some of these songs actually sound better. I'll show you the Clarity one first. In electric mode, and some of them actually sound better as acoustic-y, folky, country type stuff. If you want to check out my two favourite songs on this album are Just a Fool Just a Fool and All in Your Head. So check out both of those, the Clarity version and the distortion version. So there's the lyric sheet. The LP version actually, for whatever reason, has two extra songs on it as opposed to the compact disc. This one's just on white vinyl. I think I prefer, to be honest with you, I think I prefer the Clarity album over the Distortion overall, because there's much more variation with sort of acoustic songs than there is like his guitar drenched feedback songs. You can get more variation with acoustic stuff, but again, just a beautiful matte finish again. As I said, fairly thick cardboard. You can see just how thick that is. And then this one, the Uniform Distortion. All these albums, by the way, do contain download cards, which I will probably never use. So you are Just a Fool. The track order is exactly the same on both albums as well. This one's single vinyl as well. It's just got a gatefold sleeve. The actual download card isn't a card on here, it's a download sticker. So there you go, that's unusual. And this one is on clear vinyl as opposed to the white of the other vinyl. So anyway, guys, that is the music related, well, that's all I got, music related stuff for my birthday. Incredible stuff. Yeah, it was just mind boggling how much I did get, especially all those My Morning Jacket albums. I think there's only a couple I need to get now, and another solo album, I think, from Jim James, but I'll pick them up at some point this year. Sorry, mate, guys, that's 28, nearly 30 minutes to unbox, you know, all these albums, but I wanted to show you what was in them and the look of the vinyl on that. So yeah, thanks again, Lynne, for just showering me with all these things that I probably don't deserve. But anyway, love you, Lynne, always will. And for the rest of you guys, I don't love you in the same way I love Lynne, obviously, but love you guys too. Stay safe, take care. All for now, catch you around, and bye, folks.